Hey everyone, I'm Steven. So I'm a content creator, which is crazy to say. Like, I'm a content creator. It's actually my first time saying I'm a content creator.
Wow.
And I do a lot of fitness content, travel content, I guess growth mindset. So the idea is I'm working a 9 to 5 right now. I don't want to be stuck in a 9 to 5. So essentially, I'm trying to do a lot of stuff outside. I feel like there's a lot more live outside of your core role, your job. So I do triathlon. So it's I didn't know how to swim beginning of this year, but I did a half Ironman, which I can talk about later on. I post content every day, so I guess trying to inspire people, trying to like motivate people to like wake up early in the morning, to sleep late at night, and just to do what they want to do to achieve the goal, to achieve the dream. And outside of that, just trying to be a good person, be kind, and just keep pushing myself.
There's some people who don't understand the reason people do stuff.
Yeah.
And you can't understand the motivation of someone who does stuff for their family, who does what they do to get their family out of poverty.
100%.
You know, because that's how it's for me. And like, I'll be tired, I'll be exhausted, but I understand they're even more tired.
That's what I mean.
They're even more exhausted. How can I complain?
100%. Man, this is it. Like, I think our family sacrificed so much to get to make sure we get to where we are now. And how am I not able? That's why I'm so motivated to work even harder to make sure that they get the life that they deserve, because they sacrificed their life for us growing up, right? And this is why it's like, I want to make sure they get what they deserved. It might come 10 years later that they could have been enjoying their 20s, but my goal is to make sure they get there, right? So this is why it's like my motivation is my family, to make sure like they're comfortable, make sure they don't have to fucking work like any time of the day anymore. Like, they can do what the fuck they want. Like, if they don't want to work, obviously they can, but it's like, I'll give the option then not to work.
Yeah, let's start at the beginning. Give us a little like background on what got you into content creation first off. What inspired you? What made you kind of start, you know, at the very first?
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, I always wanted to do YouTube when I was younger. When I was 15, I was still living in Hong Kong back then. I wanted to go to like Taiwan, which is like an hour flight, but like just to live in like hostel and just like do a week and just start like, I guess, content creation then. Didn't start then, which I don't really regret, because I think you can't really regret something that you didn't do. Like, you can like look forward to what you can do in the future, right? So didn't do that then, and then obviously I moved to the UK, did uni here, and then actually went away to Vienna to study abroad. So I kind of live in like Europe and obviously Asia for a bit as well. And then did a bit of content then. I never edited it, which is also fine. Like, it's also part of the journey. So beginning of this year, or like late last year, I'm thinking, you know what, I'm gonna start. So I make a start. I start doing like day in the life content. Really enjoy it. I think I'm really extroverted. I always like to like be out there. And I think social media give me the platform to do that, especially with like what I do in terms of my goal, in terms of my, I guess my content style, is to like trying to inspire people. And I think a lot of the people like to watch it. So, and I just make the start, and then here I am talking to you, mate. So.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think what's so interesting about that journey too is like, because I have that same thing, is that like the forced starts, but they're not really forced starts because they actually inform you
100%.
on like what you actually want to do. Like, I do have a lot of people who kind of like speak to me about like, oh, like I want to start this and I want to do this, and then they get there and they feel bad about the fact that they're not doing it. And I always tell them, don't worry. Yeah. That's part of the journey.
100%. Yeah, exactly. Like yeah, exactly. It's part of the journey. Like, you learn from, I guess, not mistake, but learn from what your thought process, and then from back then, you know, that was what, 8 years ago, but that's fine. Like, you know, like 8 years later, you make that start. Like, it's never too late if you don't start, that'll be a problem. Like, then it'll be too late.
Absolutely. What was the first thing you had to kind of like, the thought process you had to change? What did you have to overcome? Was it fear? Was it motivation? Was it just like your own self-belief or something like that?
Can I swear? Or
of course, yeah.
Just fuck the people, man. just stop thinking about what other people think.
Sure,
like,
that's so true.
Yeah, just do it. If you want to do something, just do it. Like, for me, it was, I'm extroverted, but also I really care how people think when I was younger. Where, you know, what do they think about me, what I'm doing? I would like to be in a social group. I like to say I'm always kind of like, you know, in the group, like, you always have like that guy that's always like outspoken and stuff. Like, I like to say that was me. But I also care about like how other people think. And I guess also as part of that, give me social awareness as well, because I know when people is feeling down, I know when people is not feeling happy, which is I guess an advantage of me. But yeah, I think for me it's like getting over that fear. It's like, you know, like fuck how other people feel. Like just do it yourself. If this is what you want to do, then just do it. I think life is too short to think about what other people want. And also, like, your friend group now is probably not your friend group in 5 years time. So why would you care what they think now? So
yeah, we'll talk about that. That's so interesting. But yeah, no, 100% agree. I think the first thing you have to overcome is the idea that other people, like I have this saying, it's like most people don't really care. Most people don't care. 100%. It's just you think they care, and then so you let that affect your decisions. But they only care if it really affects them. You know. So if you want to do something, do it. They'll actually be impressed silently, but they'll actually be impressed that you actually chose to do it, rather than just, you know, you sitting there thinking they're gonna judge you.
No, 100%. Now let me ask you a question. What are the 2 Insta short or like Insta reels you watched yesterday?
I have no idea.
Exactly, man. So no one's gonna know. No one's gonna remember. So you can't even remember like a single thing that you watched on social media yesterday. So like, why would anyone care?
Yeah,
so,
I think it's also that thing, especially you talk about a friend group, right? It's like every friend group has like that dynamics, right? And your friend dynamics with your friends. I think people think too much about, oh, if I start creating content, my friends are gonna see me this way. Or like they're gonna start like having this idea about me. Or like they might even see who I am. I might be awkward, I might be cringe. And it's like all of that, it's like before you even done anything, you're already like putting yourself out.
100%.
You're already rejecting yourself because you're thinking about them going to see it negatively rather than like the positive aspect of like, oh, they might be inspired. Yeah. Which is actually what likely to happen.
No, 100%. And also like another way to look at it as well, I think is a lot of people that you think they're hating because like you're doing something that they didn't want, like they never have the courage to do. So like they're hating because you're doing something that they wanted to do. So there's also another angle to look at it. And by doing what you do now, you're inspiring them to actually make a start as well, right?
Absolutely.
So I see a lot of my friends doing content now. Not that saying that I inspire them to do it, but I think like by having someone in the friendship group or in your network that doing something that you always want to do, it pushes you further. And this is what social media is about, right? It's like motivating and trying to inspire other people.
Absolutely. It's also making it tangible too. It's like, you know, like there's these other celebrities, other people, they kind of see them as like not like themselves. And then when they see like Bob down the road doing it,
100%.
You go, oh, I know Bob.
Exactly.
He's not like perfect, but he's still doing it.
Exactly. That's it. So that's the goal. I've been doing it for 10 months now. And man, it's been a what a ride, man. It's a hell of a journey, I think.
Talk to me about this then. Talk to me about so you said you started YouTube as a kid and you had all these ideas about it, and now you've been doing it consistently. What have you learned that you didn't realize back then? What have you really come to like terms of like, okay, cool, I understand what it takes now. What was the one thing that made you understand the level of consistency or effort that it takes that maybe back then you didn't really like understand?
Yeah, I think there's so much behind it. Like it's not just I post a 30-second short and you think all the effort is maybe 30 minutes to like, edit that. Like there's the whole process behind why would you post that content, when would you post that, and what are the messaging you want to point out to the people. So there's a whole strategy behind it, and I think this is what a lot of the other like content creators say as well. And this is some people that I look up to. They also say, look, there's a whole strategy behind like content creation and behind the whole strategy thing, because for me, I guess social media now is also a personal brand. It's how people interpret who you are as a person. So like for me, I need to make sure I get the message out. So how do I make sure? By doing so many different things as well, right? Because some people only got one niche. Like for example, like all they do is fitness content. So it's very easy to say, oh, this guy's a fitness content like influencer as an example. But for me, because there's so many different things I'm doing, how do I make sure that message come across to people? And also actually, my message is let them know that you don't have to just do one thing. You can do multiple things that you want to do and be who you are as a person. And this is showing like the whole personality of myself, right? So I guess the strategy, like the schedule of it, like, so it's like, how do I make sure I'm on time? I'm always like posting the content and like, because for example, if I didn't have anything, I think not necessarily about editing, but it's about if I didn't have an idea, I wake up, then I don't even know what to edit. So that's another thing, right? So I need to make sure I have that timeline, have that schedule in my head. And I guess that's more the strategy piece. The second piece is more like technical stuff, which is like editing, right? Man, editing is long. It's so long.
I want to get into that later because 100% you're so agree. I did think there's a whole section in the whole breakdown for people to understand, because I think, like I told you before, people don't understand it is a full-time job. Like, you're always thinking of ideas, you're always thinking of how to schedule, you're always thinking of admin bits that you need to do, you're always thinking about editing, you're always thinking about, okay, what's the next thing? There's never really a stop. These things require like your constant attention. People don't really recognize that, you know?
100%. And I think also another thing is, and I do agree, because people say like social media take away like the present, like you don't enjoy the present as much, which is also true, because I went away recently and you've seen a lot of the travel content is whatever that I do now, I have to make sure, for example, before going to a restaurant, I have to make sure to get my camera out to make sure I film that process, because otherwise, because that's only like one experience. Like if I miss going to that restaurant that shot, I'll never get that shot back, right? So it's about, I guess, a bit of sacrifice. But I wouldn't necessarily call it sacrifice, because I actually enjoy it as well. I think this is part of me who I like to become. So I think for now I'm still enjoying that, but there is a process where you need to keep reminding yourself you're doing it for the content. Well, as in not doing this for the content where I'm doing something stupid, or I'm going to this restaurant because of the content, but I want to do it anyway. But I need to make sure I also filming the part of the experience as well.
Yeah,
so.
Because I mean, you're right. Every experience, if you're really good content creator, every experience can be turned into content, because it's a way for you to kind of show a different perspective of that experience.
100%.
Some people's experience is so mundane, they don't really want to show it. But I think a content creator is like, oh, I could have done this, like, oh, like this experience I can show other people. And it's like, there's two ways to view it, right? They say, oh, I'm not present, I'm like completely on this thing, I'm not here enjoying this experience. Or you could be like, actually, this is not just an experience for me, I can share this experience.
100%. Yeah, exactly. Like it's just like that, and this is it. Like I think the fitness content, travel content, and I think this is exactly what we talk about. Like I know a Bob that can do it. Like why can't I do it then? Right? It's like I'm not an athlete. Like I did a bit of sport when I was younger, but never good at it. Like, but if I can finish a triathlon, like you can too. Like so, it just like there's a level to, obviously, if you want to be like a professional athlete, obviously that's different. But if you want to just do it, push yourself out of your comfort zone, because you've never done it before and it is hard, you can do it because a Bob did it. So
100%. How do you look at social media then? Like obviously the content creation that you have, is it for you is it self-expression? Is it building a community? You talk about personal branding. What is it like? How do you kind of like look at it and view it?
Yeah, I think for me to look back as well as a memories, that's probably like one of the points I want to bring out, is like especially when I recently did my travel content, I can look back to say, oh, I did that, I don't remember I did this, or like spending time with friends, spending time with family, like documenting that's always something to look back in the futures. Obviously your personal brand is another one. I think social media for myself, this is what I talk about, right? It's the memories, it's the personal brand, but also it's dangerous as well. And the reason I say it's dangerous is because whenever I'm editing content, right, because I look for inspiration online, right, I will be unconsciously, I will start scrolling. And then the next you know, it's like 10 minutes later, you're still scrolling. So like, it's like, and this is part of your job, right? I can't stop not using social media. But when I open social media, now in your head, right, you just keep scrolling. Like, so it's a bit dangerous in a way on that. But I like my social media because I got my algorithm fixed really well. Like obviously because I like the content that I like. So I look at it, I know this content I like, so I'm gonna perhaps like copy it, I'm gonna do something similar to it, I get inspiration from it. But it's dangerous in a way that you just keep scrolling.
Yeah, 100%. Because I didn't realize, because before I started doing content or doing the podcast, I wasn't on social media at all. You couldn't find me on Instagram, you couldn't find me on like any of these platforms. So then I literally I used my personal profile. I was like, okay, then I'm gonna start putting content on there. And then I find myself over the past year, like so much that, like, honestly, always on, not always, but like way more than I was before. And you feel like you said, you find yourself scrolling, you find yourself like unconsciously thinking about it, and like, like looking at the posts you've done 100%. To see if they're doing well. And like, it's part of the job. But it's very difficult to separate that from like, okay, I need to be a person that actually can create this content.
Exactly, that's it. Yeah, you need to make sure if obviously I've got a whole strategy behind it. Like if this is the content that I want to do, I will actually go and look to see where some other people have done it before, because it give me the inspiration or it give me an idea how I can actually make that content and how I can guess what song should I use as an example, because I think song is a very difficult thing to think about as well sometimes, because that changes engagement. So I think I need to remind myself, if I'm only looking at that content, I'm gonna just stop there. I'm not gonna look at anything else. And a lot of the time that it doesn't work. Like I'm gonna have to like remind myself in 3 minutes, like 5 minutes later, oh shit, I need to stop. I need to go back to it. But it's like you're on it a lot more time now as well. Like it just spends so much more time on it. But I think just need to remind myself.
But also, I think it's important to also like not just consume but produce. And that's what you do. You know, like yes, it's okay. Everyone consumes social media. No one can really help that.
Yeah.
But if you also produce that, you're actually turning it into actually what it's supposed to be, kind of like a positive in a sense. Another question I had for you was around time.
Yeah.
Because I know, like you mentioned, you do a 9 to 5, you do all these other things, and then you also have this content creation thing.
Yeah.
Most people, one of the things they say to themselves, I just don't have time to do it. What have you learned about like time management and the importance of time management in actually like creating something and actually being consistent in it?
No, 100%. Good question, man. I think honestly, like there's so much time that you don't realize you have. Like that is pretty much like full stop. It's like there. If I break down my day to you right now, right? So on a typical day, I wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I'll start working from 5:30 to like 8:30, and then obviously I've got 9 to 5, right? And then after work, either I do a bit of exercise, but anyway, from 5:30 to 9 o'clock or 10, 11 p.m., that's all the free times, right? So it's like there's actually so much more time that you have. I appreciate some people have to do like commute to the work, or like their job is intense, but you can at least get 1 or 2 hours out like from a day to go and exercise, to do something that you want to do. Because a lot of the people just start scrolling in their bed, or like start like watching movie and stuff. Like it's like there's so much more time, but you just want that relaxation, right? Which is fine, but like essentially you're not doing something that your future self will appreciate. This is what I would see it. Like I think obviously you need to get into the whole rhythm of like waking up at 5 in the morning to edit content and stuff, right? But I think it's with everything that I do, with social media, with the startup, with the fitness, like it's hard to fit everything in, and I got a really intense job. But I think it is you need to be disciplined. You need to make sure if what you said you're gonna do, you're gonna deliver. Like because I think James Clear, like the Atomic Habit, he say it takes 2 days. Well, it takes 21 days to form a habit. It takes 2 days to break one.
Yes.
So this is it. So like if I don't get up at 5 o'clock today, I have to make sure I get up tomorrow by 5 o'clock. Otherwise, I'm gonna get in this rhythm of like, I've got a new habit of like not getting up at 5 a.m. Right? So it's like I think it's discipline, and also it's like how much commitment you like to put in as well, right? It's like a lot of people say that I want to do this sort of thing. I want to do this. I want to do an Ironman. I want to do content, but you never start. And I think I guess it's a long way to answer the question, but and I guess I'm derailing a little bit as well. But I think it's making, if you want to do something, start today. Don't start tomorrow. Don't start next week. Like just start today. Like what's stopping you? Like start today. And this is what I would say is that disciplined. I hope that answers the question.
No, 100%. And but there's two. And I remember there's no answers. There's just a conversation. I think there's two ways to look at it. Right. First of all, you talked about like the time people like don't realize they have. There's this idea called like right to entertainment that we all have, which is like, I worked a long day. Yeah. I worked a long day. I deserve to be entertained. I'm tired. I deserve to just chill and just, watch a movie or watch. And I think that sucks out so much time because we almost look at it as like it's a human right
100%
to be entertained at the end of our days. But that's actually like a problem because over a long period of time, that starts to become a consistent, like a thing you go back to. You go back to the idea of like, oh, like I've worked today. And it becomes a habit where you realize you don't really have that much time. It's funny. I did this thing. I remember like when I first started my podcast, I realized I needed to be consistent on so many levels. So I used to have this thing. My friends used to laugh at me. I used to schedule from the time I wake up to the time I sleep.
I do the same thing, bro.
Like every single thing I do.
Literally.
It was like, wake up at this time. Go dress out, like whatever, shower, whatever, leave, go run. Like what time I start my 9 to 5, what time I break, what time I finish that. Like, and they were looking at it like, how could you? I'm like, wait, how could you not do this?
Yeah, literally, yeah.
If you want to actually do stuff, how could you not understand how much time you have in a day and what you need to actually do to actually make sure you're consistent and do that?
Exactly, 100%. And I know we're going to touch on that topic in a bit, but it's about the right to enjoy or is exactly that, right? It's like because people don't have a lot of time because they always go out, they party until 3 a.m. And the next day they can't wake up at 5 a.m. obviously, right?
Yeah.
And then you get into your hangover all day, and then at night like you go on dinner and then you sleep. Like this is it. Like it's like. And this is the message I want to come across to people is if you want to do ordinary thing, you can't do regular things, like, right? So if you want to be ordinary, you can't just do regular things. So it's like you have to just keep push yourself and remind yourself you have to do this. It's like, yeah, I guess this is kind of the message I want to tell people. And there's actually so much time they didn't realize, like even just lunchtime when you're not working 9 to 5, because exactly what I talk about, like I work the whole morning, I should have an hour lunch break, but actually I could be editing content for like half an hour and still have half an hour for lunch. Like there's so much more time, there's so much more like in between the stuff that you can get out in between meetings. You can always research for new ideas. Like, you know, this is why it's like, I think a lot of the time people make excuses, and this is like exactly just what excuses for. Like, I think you just need to stop making excuses and just start doing today.
Yeah, I think Jocko Willink has this kind of quote where he talks about, he's like, discipline is like freedom. Because like when people you're not disciplined about your time, everything else takes up your attention. Everything else can just like take away your thing. You know, you have an hour lunch, you just start watching a video, and then like you're not disciplined, but like you're also not free because you're like a slave to your impulses.
No, 100%. And this is the thing. Like I feel like if the reason why I have this goal of like retire in 2028, right? It's obviously the goal of retirement. It's not that saying I have to stop working. It's about like I have the choice of what I want to do of my time, so I don't have to be stuck on a 9 to 5. Or I don't have to, you know, commute every Tuesday and Thursday to the office, right?
Yes, yeah.
But if you keep doing this thing, you're gonna work for the next 40 years.
Yeah, it's a scary thought.
It's a scary thought. Like I've been working for 3 years now. Like, and I did enjoy my time. It got to where I am, and I think I got a lot more mature because of it as well. But can I do it for another 10? No. Can I do another 5? No. Well, literally, can I do it for another 2 years? No, because I want to fucking get out. So it's like obviously that, and this is another thing is, don't make plan B.
Yes.
You have to make sure plan A works.
Yes.
And you have to make sure you are disciplined enough to do the action to make your plan A work.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just gonna be stuck on 9 to 5 for 40 years.
Yeah, 100%. I think, I mean, some people will hear this and be like, "Oh, that's too drastic.
Yeah.
How could you work the whole day?" But I think you have to understand this is not for everyone. Some people can't think like this, can't do like this. But there's people out there who are struggling because they don't realize this is the way. This is the way for them. And I was one of those people. When I was a bit younger, I used to just be like, I've got no motivation, I have no meaning.
Yeah.
And that used to make me really down because I'm like, what am I doing in my life? I used to always worry about that. What am I doing in my life? Because I'm the kind of person who needs stability, who needs this discipline, who needs that.
Yeah.
And I think for those people, and if you're that kind of person, you actually relate to what we're saying. For those people, yeah, these are the steps for you. It's just like, take back your time, understand how important the time is, and then like, okay, build towards the things that you want because it's actually a journey.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, and well done, bro, that you get to where you are now. So
there's still a long way to go.
There's still a long way to go, but it's a journey, right? And this is also another thing I want to say is, I appreciate what we do. Not everyone can do it, which is true. And also, what we're doing now, a lot of people think that you're not doing enough, right? Obviously there's always that you can always compare to the people that I guess not doing as much as you, or and not compare with the people that do more than you. But what my point is, if you think you enjoy a 9 to 5, which is nothing wrong, like because everyone is different. If some people enjoy a 9 to 5, this is all you want to do, that's fine. But stop saying I want to do something else then.
Yeah.
Like, right? Like it's just. Like you can't be saying like, I want to create content, I want to like retire early, and this is all you do is a 9 to 5, and then think it's fine if you want to just work a 9 to 5 and just stop talking about it.
Yeah, be careful what you want. If you want something, you're not chasing it. Do you just like wanting things, or do you actually want that thing?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, you have to understand and decide that. I want to get into like the nitty gritty now.
Yeah.
About like what it means to be a content creator.
Yeah.
And like we said at the beginning of the episode, editing is one of the most insane processes.
Indeed,
and like the most kind of like time consuming, but also kind of like important stuff and things that differentiate people. Talk to me about that. When did you start realizing editing was important for your kind of journey? And how have you kind of put steps in place to make sure that you take time to edit? What have you learned about editing, the whole journey of editing for you?
Yeah, I think editing is long, man. Don't let people tell you that editing is easy, man. Like just if you want to go into content creation, you know editing is long. Obviously, you get into rhythm that is easier, like to create content or like to edit, and you know what you're gonna use. But like, just how do you make something catchy? How do you create a voiceover? The hook is, I guess, attractive to people, that is like really hard to understand, and really hard to know. And I'm still navigating that, because if I master it, I'll be like 100k followers right now, right? So I'm still in that journey, but I think it takes time, and also it takes the courage as well, because when you do the editing, sometimes you're like, oh shit, I should have got another clip of that. So it's always like you have to make sure yourself to film everything, to make sure you get every positive every possible angle possible, like to just get that clipped out. Sometimes I'll be editing like 45 minutes worth of content down into like 30 seconds. So how the fuck do you do that? It's that learning, that process. I think it's like I just feel like it's a learning curve. Like it's like everything else, right? If I want to learn piano, like you will fuck up in the beginning, like, and you will. It's the same with like content editing as well. Like, and I think never. And this is the thing I've learned so much about editing is people don't realize it. Like, don't realize like you fucked up. Like it's like you spend like 2 hours looking at that one specific clip about, oh, can I make this clip a bit better? No one's gonna know. No one's gonna remember, because no one's gonna know what that clip will have been, right? Because only you know this. So you rather push that out to people to test it out than to spend 2 hours editing that one clip. I think it is the important thing, just to obviously do a good content, like, but you don't have to be so specific or particular on that specific detail. Like, have you got a sound effect? Have I got the right music on it? Just push it, and people will still like it.
How do you approach the editing like space then? Because you mentioned you have 45 minutes of content you have to put into 30 seconds. How do you do stuff like that? How do you like go about that?
Yeah, this is the thing. That's why I say I do a lot of research to see whether other people have created something similar first. So, and the likelihood is if those content has worked, then why would I create something new, right? So, like, if I know that content will work on other people, I'll just create a similar content. So I do research on Instagram, on TikTok, and I essentially follow that structure. And then I guess, it's how do you make it crispy? That's basically it. Like, I think there's a lot, and I think about, sometimes also you have to think about what other people like to watch, not what you like what to watch. Because, for example, I love to post like our whole podcast into my social media for like an hour, but it's everyone gonna watch?
Exactly,
right? So that's it. So it's like, how do you make sure that 45-minute content, what are the most entertaining one, even though perhaps you don't think those clips are the best clip, and which is bizarre to say, because you want to post something that you really enjoy. I still enjoy those clips, but it's like it's not as good as some other clips, and it's I think it's more like you have to
balance it.
Yeah, balance it, exactly.
Absolutely,
you have to balance it. Like,
so absolutely balancing it. I think I had to come to terms with this too, because as an artist, I'm such a Puritan when it comes to art. I'm like, no, you have to give the art what it's supposed to be. And then when I come to the social media space, I'm like, oh wait, no, none of that matters. It matters, but not as much as can I get it out there?
100%.
Not as much as can people actually see it, because I struggled when at the beginning, I was like, okay, this is a podcast. I don't want to, like I said, for the first like 6 months of the podcast, or even a year, I didn't have social media. I wasn't posting on social media. My friends were like, why are you not posting your podcast on social media? I was like, no, because I know I was just corrupt. I can't get the content to what I think is okay on social media. And then she was like, shout out to Ella, she's actually what convinced me. She was like, no, Jeff, you're completely going about it the wrong way. Social media is a tool for you to use the way you want, but you also understand that it's actually a broadcast what you want. You can actually create something on there which people will be able to see. Then you get more people into your podcast.
100%.
So do you want for the podcast to grow, or do you want to just be, like have your ego in check? And so that's how I had to come to
exactly. It's to understand the audience, right? So, and this is the important bit. And this is I'm not gonna share the name, but I spoke to a really famous influencer. I cold reach out. 250k followers. I was like, can you give me some advice? And luckily that person did say yes. And the person basically say, by posting social media, to lose a bit of dignity in a way where, because you don't think some clips are the best clip, and you don't want to do some of those content, but people love to watch it, you just have to do it. It's like fake it till you make it in a way, right? Because you like, it's like, for example, I was really reluctant to do like some tech sales advice video in the beginning. I work in tech sales, but those content people like to watch it, so I start making it. But there's also fairly provided to audience as well, right? So I didn't just make like a random piece of content. There's still value and there's still motivation. There's still inspiring other people, but part of just not the type of content that I want to make. But there's engagement, and this is something that I'll keep doing. So,
what is a piece of content that you've edited that you're really proud of? Like that you go, oh, I'm happy I did that. That's like really happy. That's like something that represents what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, like it's a clip actually doesn't relate to anything that I do, but there's a clip recently, and it took me like maybe 5 minutes to make it. It's like, you know that song from Maroon 5, I can't remember the name. It's like, maybe it's 6:45, maybe it's better life, blah, blah, blah. I can't remember it, but I just put a few clips together with that sound effect, with the captions, and I really like the clips. And the reason being is that the clip is very free. Like, it's exactly how it's assembled my life will look like in the coming years. It's like waking up in the morning, going down on the beach, go for a little swim, or just like go for a little like scuba diving for a bit, and then go back and do some work, and this is what life is supposed to be about, instead of like me stuck in the office and then do the work. So maybe it's not really about what I guess that video really entail what I want to do in the future, and I'm really proud of that video, even though it took me 5 minutes to make.
That's amazing. Usually it's like that, you know, like the things that you're most proud of take the less time because it just kind of flows so easily. You know, I have that so I write poetry and I post poetry. I have that sometimes when I write a poem, and I'm like, it didn't really take me that long. It just come to me because it just feels so natural to the person I am in that moment.
100%.
You know, and I think it's really important to recognize that.
Exactly, that's it. And I think also as well, you have to, this is what you say is a great point. You have to give flexibility sometimes as well to social media. If there's one piece of content that perhaps doesn't fit into what I want to do, like what perhaps sort of my current content is about, you should still post it because it's your I know I talk about the whole strategy behind it, but you have to give flexibility of what you like to do. For example, that poetry thing, like right, you write something that you really enjoy, then if you didn't post it and you're not showing who you are as a person, then even though perhaps it doesn't go as well as the strategy as you would like to be, but Absolutely. It's still something that you really enjoy doing.
Absolutely. It comes back to that kind of like showing that you can, like the different, all of it, show all of it.
100%, that's it,
yeah. Many different things that you can do, because that's actually what's important. Speaking of which, actually, I want to talk a little bit more about your kind of like sports and endeavors and activities and stuff. Let's go. Yeah. I am a massive sports person. I love sports. I've been a football person when I was a kid, always running, always doing like, and then obviously as I get older, I realized the benefit of like running consistently. You know, I do jiu-jitsu, like I do martial arts. Yeah. And then also like I'm just starting to play tennis. I'm very bad, but I'm just starting to play tennis. But having said that, I understand the level of effort that it takes to do all of these things. Talk to me about your journey in sports and how you went from, like you were saying as a kid, to like Ironman experience. Talk to me through that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I was in like sports team when I was younger. I played basketball when I was younger. I was never like good at it. I was still in the team. I started running when I was younger. I do cross country, and I still remember this. It took me 2 years to just get into the team in school. I was, because they've obviously got like the team practice, but also have like, I guess, general public, but like just for like everyone else in the school, you can go and run as well. So I did it for 2 years. I was always the last one behind. I was literally always the last one to come back, like, because it's so tough. Like I just couldn't do it. I still did it though, and I still remember like on that race. So I got into the team on a race that I literally outpaced other people that was laughing at me. Like, and it's like, I was
vindication.
That's it. I was guessed. I was like, what? Look, this is what consistency can do. Like, this is what you can do. Like, and I did that. So and obviously go to uni. Didn't really play any sport. Like, just kind of drinks a lot. Like, and never alcoholic though. But just I like to party a lot once I was at uni. And then I did a big hike last year. And it's called Tour de Mont Blanc. So it's 180 kilometers and like over 10,000 elevation in like 9.5 days. So just intense of like camping and hiking. So I did that for 10 days and realized how unfit I am with fitness, and I actually fell in love like with cardio as well. So I just started like doing like running, like, and start just a bit of cycling, and I did my first half marathon in January this year, and it was like -2 degrees on the run. It was like, mate, horrific. It was so bad. But this is it. Like, you got to push yourself, right? Like, it's like, it's cold, but you're still doing it. Like, you know, training in like this weather, like in December when it's cold, when it's raining, you still do it anyway, right? Because this is what discipline brings you.
Absolutely.
And this is what you get that, I guess, endurance hit. But by doing that, it sucked for the first like 10 minutes. Like, the hardest bit is not the run, right? It's always how do you get out of the house in that cold weather. So, but you do it. But once you get out, you feel amazing. After the run, you feel like the best you ever felt.
Yeah, it's double. You feel good for running, and you feel good that you did it.
Exactly, that's it. So this is exactly it. So yeah, did a half marathon. Beginning of this year, and actually before I did my half marathon, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do a triathlon. Fuck it. Like, I didn't know how to swim. Like, I'm not like completely don't know how to swim, but I was just kind of like, I couldn't swim 50 meters without stopping. I couldn't swim like 25 meters without stopping. So that was how bad it was. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. If I don't sign up, I'll never do it. So one day after I signed up, before even my first ever half marathon, and I signed up. I still remember as well. My first, when I did, I guess when I go to start doing like swim training and stuff, like swimming training and stuff. So it was my first ever swim back, like 100 meters was like, I think almost like 7 minutes pace per 100 meters. And my race day pace was 2.5 minutes per 100 meters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, per 100 meters. So it was a big, it's like 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, it's a massive improvement. And this is what show you what consistency can do for like 7 months. And I'm glad I did it. Like, it was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Like, honestly, it was for those that doesn't know, and the half Ironman. So Ironman 7.3, it includes a 1.9 kilometer swim, and 90 kilometers on the bike, and a half marathon after, which is 21.1k, all on the same day, all at the same time. So is the elevation of the bike as well. It was like over 1,000 meters elevation. It was like super rough, but I did it. Like, honestly, I was crying. Like, I finished the swim, managed to do it, which was great. Like, I felt good. On the bike, it was so tough. After the bike, I cried. Like, I still remember that. Like, I got back to where you put down the bike. I was like, man, I started like crying. Like, I was in you get like a transition area, so then you need to change to change from your cycling shoes to running shoes. But I was changing. I was crying, bro. I was literally like tearing it down. I was like, fuck, man, I did it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. So, and then going to the run, it was the toughest run. And then after the run, I got to finish. I cried, bro. Like, man was like,
of course, bro. That's insane, man. The level of effort it would have taken to first train for it, and then actually on the day perform. I think you just show yourself that you can literally do anything.
That's it. Yeah, you can literally. This is the thing. You can literally do anything in life. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I honestly believe if there's something you want to do, you can literally do anything. Like, if you can literally do it. But obviously, by achieving that goal, you have to put so much effort in it. And maybe that is not a goal you can achieve in 1 year, but maybe that's a goal you can achieve in 5 years or 10 years, right? So, like, but are you willing to do are you willing to sacrifice?
Absolutely. It's like the price of anything is the amount of life you exchange for it.
100%.
And like, you have to be intentional about that for so long. Some people just don't want to pay that price, so they say, I can't do it, it's impossible.
100%, exactly. Like, and which is fine. Like, but if you really want to do it, then you got to put in the effort. You got to have to make sure you're gonna hit it, right? So it's like, and which is crazy. But honestly, like, I did that. It was.
What was it like training for that? Like, I want to go through the training, and then also like on the day.
Yeah.
So training for that. When did you start? Okay, I'm going to start training today. How often did you train? What was that process?
Yeah, so a lot of people get like a coach. I didn't get a coach because they're quite expensive, and also I just started. I didn't think that I need a coach anyway, so I just bought a book. That's got like basic training program for like 20 weeks. So I think I have about like 35 weeks or maybe like 32 weeks of time to train. So I just did that program 1.5 times basically. So it goes from, I guess, low intensity, low volume to high incentive and high volume. I was doing from the start for the first 8 weeks, maybe like I say anything from 10 to 12 hours training a week. not including gym and stretching and stuff, to I guess the peak training. I was doing like 20-25 hours a week of just training.
Holy shit.
And it's just cold. Right.
How did your body react the first couple of weeks? Was it just you feel tired more often, or did it adapt quickly?
It actually adapt quickly because you ease into it. So it's not like you just start running like a long distance or anything, or just start like doing cycling for long like just long cycle. You this is why you get that. I guess the first training, first 8 weeks is more like ease you into it, like week by week. You just increase the volume and the intensity. So it does do quite well, but it's tiring, right? Because especially training in London in January and February.
It's a myth. It's crazy. I mean. It's crazy cold. It's wet. It's just dark.
That's it. Like you wake up in the morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, like fuck, how do I train? Like it's just so. But you just so it's tough. Like it's a lot of hard work and also a bit of injury as well. I'm still suffering from injury as well. It's like how just I think it's, and this is exactly going to the point. And I think the whole thing about my life and my social media and what I do is about, if you commit to it, if you're disciplined to it, you can do it. Like it is so tough, like, but you just have to get out of the house, go for that run, go for that cycle, go for that swim, and then you can achieve it. Like and that process took me 7 months, and I did that consistently for 7 months. And don't get me wrong, not that I'm saying I never like have any break or never miss any session. I still did, but it's like, how do I make sure I go back and pick it up, and we make sure that I do it. Make sure if I miss this session today, I'll make sure that I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm not going to miss it again, and give that, I guess, make that commitment to myself. So I did that for 7 months. So that was what the training is. I'm guessing that changed you, like your mentality, because one thing I've realized for me too, which is why I love competing in sports and endurance and stuff like that, it strengthens my mind. It makes me understand how difficult things can be, but also how I can overcome them. 100%. You know, everything I do now in life, just always have that mentality. If I'm about to go on stage and I'm nervous, I'm like, oh, okay, cool, that's fine. Like this morning, I was completely cold and tired and exhausted. I thought I was done after 5 miles, but I kept going 10 more miles. I can do it. I just have to kind of push through it. You know, was that something that what have you learned through your endurance training about just like yourself, but also like how to approach stuff in life? 100%. I've it's all in your head, bro. This is it. It's all in your head. Like I think if you think you can do it, you can do it. Like it's like you gotta believe in yourself, and this is what it is. Like if I'm on a really tough training, I don't think I can do it. If you don't think you can do it, you're never gonna do it. You just have to like tell yourself you can do it. Like you just have to. It's all in your head. This is the thing. Like I'm so tired, I can't do it. No, you can do it. You gotta have to like tell yourself you can do it. Like right. So it's like, I think for me, it's like literally, I just keep myself. It's all in your head. Like keep pushing. Like it's like David Goggins. Like fucking pick up the boat, man. Like,
yeah, 100%. And it's regular too. And it's like, I think that's what separates the people who get what they want in life and people who will kind of regret it, because it's like, it's not about whether you deserve it or not. Yeah, it's just like the work that you put in. 100%. Do you regret that? Like, you know, do you regret the amount of effort you put in? Because like most people, they regret the effort they put in, and they'll look at other people putting in the effort and be like, oh man, like you're going too hard. But they're happy with the amount of effort they put in. They'll go to sleep happy because they know that they've done everything they could. 100%. You know, I think that's what separates most people. And 100%. And also, I was going to say as well, nothing's easy. Like training is not easy. Doing the sport is not easy. Working 9 to 5 is not easy. So you gotta pick what you want to be. Yeah. Like what sort of not easy you want. Yeah. Right? Pick your heart. Pick your heart. Absolutely. Exactly. Right. So it's like, it's not easy to work 9 to 5 for 40 years, but you do it because you think doing content is harder than working a 9 to 5. And you gotta pick what's your preference, right? So and this is exactly of the training. It's like nothing's easy. Like training is not easy, but you just gotta do it. Like you just, and this is what separate, I guess, like other people with, I guess, the people with this sort of mindset. And yeah, I completely agree, man. Speak on that point a bit more about, like, because I know when we spoke before, you mentioned about like how life is boring without challenges. You've completed the Ironman, you're doing this consistent content creation thing, you're doing all these other stuff, you know, that you were supposed to talk about before. You're building yourself by just giving yourself challenges and overcoming them. What is that? How has that changed your outlook on life? How has that given you like a better outlook on like, okay, if I'm going to enjoy my life, I have to create challenges and I have to overcome them. What have you learned from creating challenges and overcoming them? I think what I would say is
life is, we live in a very comfortable life. And what I've learned is life becomes boring if you just continue this way. And this is why a lot of people say, you know, adulthood like goes so quickly, because there's no break in between. Like, because when you work a 9 to 5, right, you get 25 days holiday a year, you get, you know, Christmas break, you get Easter break, like this is a regular holiday you get, but there's no break in between. It's not like you're in school, right? You've got like, I finish a semester, I've got like 2 months off, I've got summer off, I'm doing this exam and I'm done in the next stage of life. Like I'm going from like sixth forms to college. Like this, you don't have that stage of life. So it's like, this is why life gets so repetitive and boring for a lot of the people. And this is why it's like, oh, I'm 60 already. What the fuck? Like, right? Because there's no break in between. And this is what I understand is, in order to make life not boring, you have to keep stepping out of your comfort zone. You have to keep doing something hard to challenge yourself. And this is what I have for myself, is you just got to keep doing that. Absolutely.
And I think it's funny too, because I feel like people intuitively know it. They know what that's going to be, because once they chase that in all forms. I think they chase that in looking at celebrities and being like, oh, look at them, they're doing what I wish I could do. I must worship something in them. I must really like something in them. But it's like that, whatever you find in celebrities, which I always tell people, like that thing you like in that celebrity, you have it within yourself too. 100%. You just need to recognize it within you, then reverse engineer it and like make it come out of you. Because like, you know, there's this idea too of like, if people got what they wanted, so if life was comfortable, if everything was perfect, you know, they'll try to tear that stuff down. They'll try to tear that shit down just to have something interesting happen.
100%.
Because otherwise, you know, we live as such a boring life. That's why I think people have to create that challenges themselves.
Exactly. I completely agree. And also what I would say is, you should almost set a goal that is almost unachievable, that you're always trying to achieve something. It's like, this is, for example, I take myself as an example, from not knowing how to swim to finishing a half Ironman 7.3, like that is in a way almost unachievable, because how do you go to not knowing how to swim on a pool to go and swim almost like 2 kilometers on the sea, on the ocean, right? This is why it's like you have to keep pushing yourself to do something that you don't think you can do it, and then you're able to do it. And also, it's fine if you actually couldn't achieve it, but if you put in the effort and if you try it, like you still get something out from it. Like,
absolutely.
So this is why, like, and that goal could be anything. I think, like, if you enjoy 9 to 5, that goal could be trying to be a senior director in like 2 years time, right? You want to get like 5 promotions in 2 years, which is pretty much impossible in any corporate world, but you got to give it a try, right? Or, you know, for myself, it's like, how do I retire in 3 years time by 2028? Like, it's, mate, like, how it's hard to achieve it 100%, but you're just gonna set yourself that goal, trying to achieve it, trying to do as much as you can to get to that goal, and the closer you get, let's see how close we can get to it. So that's just it.
In your Ironman race, I want to know, what was the hardest moment? What was the moment that you, like, maybe not, you didn't give up, but you were like close to, and you're like, oh, you remember that moment as being hard?
Yeah, it was interesting you say that, because I never had one moment I thought about giving up, which is crazy to say. After, like, it was 8 hours of non-stop cardio. Like, it's I think, yeah, my time just under 8 hours. The toughest bit was the run. It was so hot. It was 28 degrees. And it was, I did in Swansea, it was 28 degrees. It was so hot, like, and then I feel like dizzy. I didn't feel I have enough energy in it. A half marathon on the end, it took me 3 hours. And for context, like, my previous half marathon was like 2 hours. It was so hard. Like, I almost thought like I didn't give up, because I know I can finish it. Even I still gonna walk it. Like, but it was so hard, because it's just like, it's the last bit. Like, I just need to get this done. But I just don't have it in me. But actually, I do have it in me. I know I have it in me. So it's like, this is why it's like, I know it's confusing, but for me, it's like, you know, that internal thought that you have. It's like, it's like, I was debating to myself. It's like, no, you can't do it. No, you can do it. So this is exactly what I have. But you know, I think that was the moment that I was like, fuck, man. Like, it's like, I never wished myself to give up, and I never wanted to give up, and so that's why I never thought about giving up, because I know I trained for it. But it's like, that would be the moment if I want to give up, is that moment.
And I'm so, like you mentioned that too, like the back and forth between the two sides of yourself, that's so important. I think that happens in anything you do. There's always going to be the person, that one version that doubts you and a version that wants to do that thing.
100%.
And those, they're going to war every morning.
Every morning, yeah.
You get up for that run, it's now I'm tired. No, you said you're going to do it. Like, it's about that. And like, you have to let the voice that actually wants better for you win. You have to let him win.
100%, 100%. And also what I would say as well, you didn't realize how much the support from other people influence yourself as well. It's like when you are on a course doing this with like when people cheering on you, it actually give you the extra hit, like dopamine hits for yourself to actually trying to accomplish as well. So I think it is that's also important as well. I think it's having, I guess, not someone by your side, but having someone to cheer on you, someone that support, which is all important. But I think go back to the race. The run was the toughest bit. The cycling is as well. I was so worried because if there's something problem with my bike, then you basically can't finish the race. There's a lot of people drop out because they got some problem with their bike, and also the elevation was so high that I just almost like, fuck man, this is just because, and this is the problem with training in London, is you don't have the geographic advantage because you don't have a hill in London, so you can't train like this every week. So that was also another thing. But I think, mate, you just gotta do it, right? So you gotta hack it. You just gotta hack it, and this is exactly it. And I hacked it, and I did it.
And you did it, and like shout out to you for that, man. Because I don't really understand how difficult what you did was.
Cheers, man.
They wouldn't understand unless they do it. And even if you do a little bit, like if you run for a little bit, you understand the amount of length you run, and if you do anything. So like, big up to you, man. That's a big
Great
goal,
shit, bro.
I want to now talk about. We spoke about all these things about the why people should do it, the advantages of this. I want to talk about the other side people don't see. The other side of chasing your goals, the other side of content creation, or even the other side of, doing something that's out of the ordinary and what that comes with. We were speaking before about the lonely chapter. There's this idea that, like as you go forward in life, it becomes more difficult to relate to the people that you have around you.
100%.
Because you be doing things, your day-to-day is different from theirs. You don't watch the same shows, you don't have the same interest anymore. So it's very difficult to relate to them, and so you start to feel lonely. And so like as you go forward, you're not there yet to the next group of people who are where you want to be, but you're also a little bit, different from the people that you kind of grew up with, and you're stuck into that phase. Question I have for you is, how do you balance that? How do you work your way through that chapter, lonely chapter? And have you learned anything about yourself or even achieving goals through that?
Yeah, no, 100%. I think this is also what I've been saying with the whole podcast. You just gotta do it.
You just gotta hack it.
You just gotta hack it. Exactly. You just gotta hack it. You need to recognize this is what you're gonna get at being part of this journey. It's not easy. But it's what you're willing to sacrifice, right? And this is what I said about, if you want to be ordinary, you can't do regular things. You can't be watching a show every night. You can't be going out party every night. Like you just have to sometimes just do the work. It's tough, right? And this is what I talked to people on the podcast. Like I think Chris Williams, or maybe on one of the podcasts, he said like the tree and the glass, they all grow in the same ground, but like they're now in a different stage, right? I'm not going to wait. So you gotta recognize at some point you will fail with your friendship group, which is fine. Like, and by saying this, I think some people in my friendship group probably thinking like, you're talking about me, but, which is true. Like it's like we all gotta work for ourselves. This is what I said in the beginning of like, your friendship group now probably it's not the same in 5 years. I don't mean that I want to follow people, by the way. Like, and I'm just being completely honest. But I need to grow with people, and I would love for you to grow together. And I would love for you to actually outgrow me as well. Like in different aspect. It's not saying that everyone needs to be doing triathlon, everyone needs to be doing content. But it's like, how do you grow yourself from your own aspect of it, right? So if you like arts, how do you grow more doing arts, poetry as an example, right? So it's on that. So you gotta recognize some people is not growing as fast as you or with you, then sometimes you have to give up that friendship in a way. And some people say, no, but I've been friends with that person for so long, I can't do it. But it's like, this is why you're always stuck in this stage, because you're always going to hang out with the same people that you're not learning or you're not growing together. You're always going out on a Saturday night, which you could have been working, right? Do you know what I mean? So like you're getting I guess, negative influence. And how do I get through that loneliness? I think, just gotta hack it, right? Just because you know you are working into a new stage, like you know you're working into the new phase of life. So it's just like how you just gotta make sure like you're almost there. Like you just don't know when you're gonna get there, but you're not far away. Like you just gotta remember you're not far away. If you stop now, then it's not like you wasted everything. Like you just gotta remember, you're just gonna keep doing it. And also, what I think it helps now as well is social media. Is I've connected with so many creators, including yourself, man. Like it's like there's some other people out there that's doing something similar. They can get advice with or get advice from. You can get ideas with like there's so much out there that you can ask from other people where perhaps our parents or other people don't have access to, right? So but it's gonna. It's lonely. You gotta prioritize. I think prioritization is probably the most important thing. It's like if I'm always out on a Friday night, I can't do what I want.
It's not sustainable.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with everything you've said. You know, I used to struggle with this actually a lot because I love my friends and I think they're all amazing people. But I wanted to achieve things. I want to do things. Not that they don't. Of course they do.
Exactly.
That's not the same thing as
Yeah.
me thinking about what I want to do and what I want to achieve. And I would always like feel this guilt because I'll be like, okay, I need to do this thing. I'll make a start, and then I'll like waste a day by going out. And I'll be like, like, why am I here? Like, I don't want to. Like, I feel guilty being around them because I'm not spending the time doing, you know?
Yeah, and I love what you said about guilt. This is exactly how I feel. It's like I feel guilty being here. Like, and it's like, why am I here? Like, why did I say yes?
It's not good for both of us because I'm not enjoying it, and also like, you know, you get a negative energy from me, which is not good.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like, so at some point you have to make the sacrifice.
Yeah.
You have to prioritize what's important to you.
And I think also if they're really your friend, which is what I've learned by being brave enough to speak about my friends,
100%.
they don't understand. They'll be like, oh, I get it. Like, I actually think what you're doing is really cool. Like, I want you to succeed. I want you to do well. You know, I think for the person actually going through it, they're always going to be like, oh man, like, am I sacrificing too much? I have that thing. I have the same thing with family. I have the same thing with like, you know, like relationships. But I know the kind of person I am. If I don't live my life the way I know I want to live it, I'm not going to be the same kind of person.
100%.
You know, like the people around me are not going to get the same version of me. They get the best version of me now because when I meet them and I'm there, I'm like, I'm completely here.
Yeah.
I am with you. I'm present.
100%.
I've done all the work that I needed to do. I know that all I care about is being with you. I care about you. I'm here. I'm here to see you. But if I'm distracted because I thought I should have done something else, that's no good for any of us. So yeah, that lonely chapter is hard. That lonely chapter is so difficult because you have to come to terms with so many emotions. You have to really overcome the emotions that you thought they were difficult when you just started out. But once you start overcoming them, you start to see different ways to actually view it.
100%. There's a few things I'm going to pick on what you just said. The first thing is exactly, if I want to be there, I need to be 100% present. And this is exactly, for example, if I were to meet my mate for lunch or dinner, I make sure I did everything that I need to do or for that day before I come and see you. So then I'm 100% here. Like, obviously, some part of me will still think, but I could have still spend a bit more time on those because I got the free time now. I could be doing more. But actually, that is about prioritization, right? It's like I still want to build, I guess, maintain the relationship with some of my friends, right? So, so that's the first piece. The second piece is you talk about the relationship and family. For me, and this is so I talk about prioritizations. Family always come first. That is for me. Like, especially my family live like sort of like in back in Asia. So if they're traveling here or if I'm traveling with them, I'm always put 100% with them. Just because the reason I work so hard and want to achieve my goal, want to retire, is to make sure that they get a good life as well, right? So why would I sacrifice the time spent with them to trying to do something? The end of actually the end goal is for them, right?
Yeah,
so it's like, so family always come first. So that's a must. Relationship, this is an interesting perspective to just talk about. So I had a conversation with my friends or multiple friends about this. Is I'm single right now. Is look, don't get me wrong, I love to have a missus. I love to have a relationship like with a partner and stuff. But the problem that we have is, like I said, I work from 5:30 in the morning to sometime 11 p.m. at night.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm bang on like back to back with all the things that I'm doing. How do I have time to maintain a relationship with another person? Especially a relationship is very emotional driven, right? It's like you need to spend a lot of time together and stuff. I'm not saying so for me it's this is about prioritization, right? Look, like I said, I love to have a partner right now, but like I'm not gonna actively look for it, but also I think like if I were to have a partner, then I have to sacrifice. Like then I'll think about, is the relationship as important as what I'm doing now? Like then I'll have to like drop something else, for example, perhaps not as intense of like on editing. I'm not gonna post 3 videos a day. I'll post like 1 a day, right? To make sure I spend some time with the partner. But it's about that piece. This is why it's a tough thing. It's about the prioritization is about having a relationship, or like, you know, meeting with your mates, or maintaining some of those friendship. Like it's all about prioritization, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, ironically, in the relationship thing, it's almost like you get to a point where you see how much they add to your life rather than subtract. So it's not a sacrifice.
100%.
Which is what I've been looking for, because I'm single, but because I've been looking for someone who doesn't take away, who doesn't make me feel like I'm giving something up, rather like, oh, how can I not have you in my life?
100%.
Is that kind of perspective. And I think that's actually the right way. Rather than going out every Friday night looking for someone to just make you not feel lonely, which is I think a lot of what our generation does. But you're actually intentional about this. You go, look, I have my life. I'm perfectly happy to keep my life how it is.
Yeah.
I have my family, I've got my friends, I've got my vision, my goal, the person that comes into that, has to understand that. Like, I think that's part of it too. And I've realized that's not actually such a high bar to set. Because I've met people where
nowadays maybe, I don't know.
Nowadays maybe you're actually completely right. You're actually completely right. It's because it's actually, because I feel like it is about, because I've met people who understand that.
Yeah.
Maybe we've not been like, okay, relationships. Yeah. You know, but it's like, oh, okay, cool. Like you meet people all the time. Like, oh, you understand my lifestyle. You understand why I do the way I do. And come back to what you said before about motivation. My motivation is my family. I think most people don't understand. There's some people who don't understand the reason people do stuff.
Yeah.
And you can't understand the motivation of someone who does stuff for their family, who does what they do to get their family out of poverty.
100%.
You know, because that's how it's for me. And like, I'll be tired. I'll be exhausted. But I understand they're even more tired.
That's what I mean.
They're even more exhausted. How can I complain?
100%. Man, this is it. Like, I think our family sacrificed so much to get to make sure we get to where we are now. And how am I not able? That's why I'm so motivated to work even harder to make sure that they get the life that they deserve, because they sacrificed their life for us growing up, right? And this is why it's like, I want to make sure they get what they deserved. It might come 10 years later that they could have been enjoying their 20s, but my goal is to make sure they get there, right? So this is why it's like my motivation is my family, to make sure like they're comfortable, make sure they don't have to fucking work like any time of the day anymore. Like they can do what the fuck they want. Like if they don't have to work, obviously they can. But it's like, I'll give the option then not to work if you, like.
Absolutely. And I feel like, and like I think you relate to it. I'm in the position to do it, which is what's so like fascinating to me. It's like most of my family were born in Ghana and Africa. Yeah. I was born in Ghana and Africa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I came when I was 6.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just came just right into the education system.
Yeah.
And I realized, oh, wait, if I apply myself, I can actually make something of myself and help my family out here. 100%. And so like that mentality has always been with me through my life. And so like when I'm like consistently focused, and this is the different parts of it, right? You have to understand a person to understand why they do stuff.
100%.
If a girl comes in and they don't understand why I work hard, but, oh, you work too hard, you always focus on your work, you don't care about me.
Yeah.
You don't understand. I do care about you. But it's not my family. I care way more family than I do about, because I understand what it means, you know. And I think that's part of the kind of like breaking down and like even understanding what a goal is or a dream is or what the vision is. It's not for self-validation. It's not 100%. So I can be famous.
Yeah.
I don't want any of that. But I understand the sacrifice. I can come back to that sacrifice I have to do to achieve the stuff that I want.
100%. I completely agree, man. This is it. Like obviously, like I said, I went to Asia recently, and then my family joined me for a few days as well. Like I'm in a position now I can pay for everything, for like the whole trip, the flight, hotels, like all the food, like all the activities. I'm like, you know, like I'm so blessed in the position I can just do that. And which is crazy. And also this is another thing about you see the light in the end of the tunnel. Yeah, like, you really do, because like I say, like I. Not to brag anything, right? Like I flew business for the first time in my life. How
was that?
Fucking phenomenal, man. It was so good. This is why I need money, bro.
It was different up there.
It was different up there, but it was like I was in the position that I can do that now.
Yeah.
And I'm in a position to treat my family on this way is because I worked so hard for the past few years, and I fucking did it. Like, and I know there's gonna be even more that I can do.
100%
coming up. So
100%. And I love that. I love what you say about like looking forward, because I think it's so important to do that, to actually like have that perspective of like, oh, there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Because you're right. It's just about, if you put in the work, you will get what you deserve. But you have to put in the work for a long enough time. And also, don't be arrogant. Like, improve what you need to be improved.
Yeah.
You know, like we're talking about the social media part. If you let your ego involve, I want to see this video, this is what I want it to be like, you'll never get anywhere. All the hard work will be for you, for work. So understand how to improve too.
100%. I love when you say arrogant. I think that, oh mate, that is great. So I think be humble. That's probably like, I know, and also none of us in any position to not be humble, by the way, right? It's like, why you have got a big ego, bro? You like, none of us should be like that. Like, there's so much more we can achieve in life. Like, so I think be humble is a big thing. Don't be arrogant. Like, don't think you're doing better than anyone, other people. You could say that you're in a different direction than other people. Hence why perhaps you're not as close as before. But you can't be arrogant. You can't have a big ego. Like, you, and this is not, and then you're not gonna learn by having a big ego.
Absolutely.
Like, exactly. So
absolutely. What's one thing that you've learned about yourself through this journey, through like the hard work, through the achievements, through the challenges, the difficulties? What's one thing that you've come to terms about your character, maybe like your outlook on life, or something you learned about yourself? Yeah,
no, good questions. And so it's something that my mate told me back in, like, from my mate from school. I obviously they both still live in Asia. I realize I'm always like this kind of person. Like, I'm always the type of person to set myself a big goal, and then to work my hardest to try and achieve it, and I'll achieve it. I never think like this, but they told me a few instances when I was in school, I always do the same thing. And I'm quite, I guess, so yeah, I'm always in school, I always do the same thing. And back to uni, I do the same thing. Even in life now, I do on my social media and stuff, like, with all the goal that I'm trying to achieve, I always set myself a really big goal that's almost unachievable, but somehow I manage to achieve it. And how do I achieve it? Is by fucking working those long hours, by working the hardest I've ever worked, by sacrificing a lot of like social hours, meeting my mates, not doing something fun, but like because what I do now is fun, right? By doing something that perhaps I can't do now. So this is what made me able to achieve that unachievable thing that I talk about. So this is what they told me, and this is so true actually. So that's crazy. And also I'm very this is why I say about, sometimes you're gonna recognize your friendship group. Perhaps like you've outgrown a friendship group. I'm a very relationship driven person. So what that means is, like, if I think you're my mate, I'll be your mate, as in like, mate, if you need anything, like, I'm there, bro. Like, don't worry, like, I've got you. But so this is why my family always come first. So this is why, in a way, where I'm really clear to say, look, if I've outgrown you, and if we're not growing together, I need to step away. Just for the best of the both of us, right? So this is something that I also recognize as well. I'm so relationship driven, but also in a way now I can recognize actually who do I want to hang out, who do I not want to hang out. Yeah,
100%. I feel like I always tell people to try achieve goals because it will reveal themselves to themselves.
100%.
So important, man. Like, if you don't do anything difficult, how do you know who you are, really?
Exactly. And life become boring, right? And life become repetitive. Like, you wake up every day, go to work, come back, watch a movie, go to sleep, and mate, I
don't think we were meant for that life. I do believe, I don't think we were meant for an easy, repetitive life. I think our brain, comfort is a part of us. Obviously, we like comfort, but we have to deserve the comfort.
100%.
And if we don't, our brain goes to mush, and it starts to like. That's why we still addicted to these. We've created ourselves where it's like we become open to these things. We're so like bored that anything will get our attention.
100%.
Like, doom scrolling. We don't even, like you said, I don't remember what I watched, but I will watch it for 15 minutes because I need that board time. Like, I think it's so important to be aware of that and do things opposite to that.
I think be intentional. Is probably the 100%. Yeah. So it's be intentional with your time, of the work that you do, of your goal, and then you have you achieve what you want.
And you can achieve so much, bro. Like, if I was to tell myself 3 years ago, even 2 years ago, 1 year ago, what I have now, the things that I've been able to do, like where my life is now. Sometimes I'm laughing to myself. I'm like, holy shit, like I fucking did it. Like,
it's crazy, isn't it?
I had an idea for my life and I fucking formulated it and it works. And I have to kind of remind myself, like, wait, because I'm sometimes like, oh man, I haven't done this. I need to do this. I need to do this.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, stop. Take a step back, Jeff. 5 years ago, you are nowhere near close to where you are now.
100%.
And if I given you what you have now, you'd have been like, I've made it. But because, you know, hindsight is 2020. Because I'm here, I realize what more I can do.
100%, exactly. And I love that. It's exactly the same. Like, I think is sometimes we also have to appreciate how far we've come. But also need to obviously continue to look forward to what is next for us. And just sometimes just give yourself sometimes you do deserve a rest. Sometimes you do deserve a break. If as much as we don't want us to want to give ourselves a break, but I think just give yourself appreciation, appreciate how far you've come, but obviously continue to do those sort of things, continue to look forward, continue to smash some goals and do those unachievable things, man.
I like to always ask this question to people at the end of the podcast about the meaning of life or their meaning of life. It's a philosophical question, so you can take your time to answer it. But from what you've realized about everything you've done, what is the meaning of life to you?
Yeah, no, I've got the answer, man. Like, and this is exactly what I've just said through the whole podcast. Life, you have so much able to achieve, like as a person, in your lifetime. I think is about stepping off your comfort zone. It's about it's about stepping off your comfort zone. It's about doing new things, continue to challenge yourself, and that could be from exercise perspective, from a work perspective, right, or from a hobby perspective. Like, that could be anything, but you need to continue to challenge yourself. You need to continue to challenge your thoughts as well. Like, you know, sometimes you always think, like, you know, it's like you think this way, like, or like I always think, I don't know, like, but I always think like, I should always drink coffee. But actually, why don't you try a tea today, right? Just give something different, give to a new flavor of your life. And I think that what I would say is stepping out of comfort zone, keep doing something new, right? I couldn't swim a year ago. I'm doing scuba diving, right? It's crazy to think about. Like, I'm actually afraid of height. I did like paragliding, right? So you just gotta do it, and then you realize how much more you can do mentally and physically, because I think your body has a lot more like in you than what you think. Like, you could do a triathlon, like, if you wanted to. You could get over your fear. And also another thing is nature is amazing. Life is like, the world is amazing. Like, go and have a look. Don't just stuck in the city. Like, go. Sometimes just go and have a look at the animals. Like, go and go to a new country, learn about new cultures. Keep learning. And then this is I guess with everything what I've said, I think this is what I see the meaning of life.
That's amazing, Stephen. You've been amazing. Thank you for taking time to speak to me. Like I said before, and I'll say again, you're an inspiration. Everything you're doing, everything you continue to do. I'm so happy to be able to sit down with you today and have this conversation. I hope we keep in touch.
100%.
And I look forward to seeing what you do next.
No, 100%. I appreciate it. It's can't believe it's been an hour already. So
it goes by quick, doesn't it?
I know, man. Yeah, but I appreciate the invite, and then a great chat, and look forward to the next one, bro.
All right, bro. Thank you so much, man.
All right, man.
All right, guys. Until next time. Peace.
In a bit.